Okay, well, that level's done. At least in general completion for this game. I think there's only one level left. Want to say? And that's this one. Of course, you gotta talk to this guy first.
Spyro, you see this wall here? I bet you're dying to know what's on the other side. If only I had a few more gems, I might be able to remember how to lower the wall.
This is extortion.
Okay, but as far as you know, the portal to Dragon Shores could be just on the other side of this wall. And there's only one way to find out. Ta-ta! Say, Spyro. Ah, yes. Okay. So it's not the portal to Dragon Shores. Aquaria Towers is still a lovely place. Why, I have a home there myself.
Would you probably extort it off somebody? Yeah, well. That's just cruelty. That's just cruel and unusual punishment.
The funny-looking guys with the shock sticks have drained all our water. We can't get it back unless someone activates the switches they're guarding. Those shock stick guys are tough. Yesterday, they turned Vern, our giant squid, into fried calamari.
Hey, only I'm supposed to do that. And yes, as you notice, the sheep wear helmets that let them breathe underwater. That's a nice little touch, I gotta admit. So, I have something I want to point out about this. There are a couple challenges here that are frustratingly difficult, but I actually like this realm. Well, correction. Okay, yes, there are two challenges here that are frustratingly hard. But we'll get there when we get there. For the most part, though, this level's not that bad. As far as underwater levels go. So, yeah, the shock stick guys from Sunny Beach return in a different way, where they have diver helmets now. So that means they can at least survive underwater. But another thing that happens in this world is that it spawns a new type of enemy, robotic sharks. Do not get anywhere near those things. They are a one-hit kill. And there's nothing you can do to them. At least not now. For the record, wouldn't you be electrocuting the entire water area? By using those electro staffs. And yes, you can't escape this guy. He has to be in every level to impede your progress.
You must be tougher than you look to get here. All the same, you won't be able to get past the metal sharks up ahead. I suppose I could let you borrow my submarine, though, for a modest fee, of course. Suit yourself. Just don't go swimming through the tunnel. Those metal sharks are quite indestructible. Hi, Spyro. A pleasure doing business with you, Spyro.
It also looks like a shark itself. Coincidence? I think not. Yeah, there's not a lot you can do those things yet. Which makes this all the more higher and higher levels of extortion. From good old Moneybags. Yep. Like I said, get used to seeing that guy.
Our world is wet again. We all want you to have
Phrasing.
a specimen of Aquarian Towers to remember us by.
Okay, so now that the now that this is working, here is what we have to do, folks, to deal with those metal sharks. And notice the timer doesn't go down as fast. Yes, they put this in on purpose to deal with those things. Because they knew they would be a problem. That being said, though, even though you can defeat them now, keep your distance. Because, like I mentioned, they are a one-shot kill for Spyro. And that's not a good thing. Also, go ahead and obliterate all the seaweed while you're at it, because there's a skill point involved with it. And you can get through the tunnel now, but be very careful. Because as you know, there's a good number of those sharks down there. And it can mean instant death. Also, anyone else find it horribly coincidental that Moneybags had some way to get past those metal sharks? Do you think he has something to do with those? Nah. It's to impede our progress on purpose and make it so we have to pay him? Nah. And yes, there is an achievement for taking them all out. So I do recommend it if you get the chance. As soon as you unlock the Super Flame power-up, it is possible to take them out. Now, those metal sharks, they will return in a later game. Well, I guess I shouldn't really say that. They will return in the next game. And yes, they continue to be a nuisance, but there's a different use for them. And that's the crazy part. So yeah, here's where the orb challenges are. You cannot access this area until you essentially clear the level. This is just like a little extra area in which you can collect the rest of the gems and then do the orb challenges. And I do not have a lot of nice things to say about this manta right here, even though mantas are some of the coolest animals in the world. There's the skill point. Okay. For taking out all of the seaweed. So let's just go around and collect the rest of the gems. Pardon me for coughing occasionally, but it is allergy season for me. And due to the thing that caused a pandemic, it has not been the same as it used to be. Used to be I get like sniffles and maybe some itchy eyes. And that's really all I would have. Now it includes coughing. Ain't life grand? Ah well, what can you do? Okay, that's what I thought. Okay, let's go ahead and get the couple challenges out of the way.
I've been trying to tame my new pet manta ray, but he just won't obey me. Hey, you're just about the right size to ride on his back. Too chicken, huh? That's okay. Great! Hop on his back and guide him through each of the bubble rings as they appear. And remember, he's brand new.
Yeah, I feel like he's a car. Yeah, what? What? Pretty sure that's not how that works.
Well done. I suppose I owe you something for that. Here, take this orb. I found it in one of my flippers.
Why would that have been in your flippers?
Manta ray's tamed. I'd love to get him into racing shape. Okay.
Now I will say this is a little wonkier with more twists and turns. So be very, very astute when you're doing this. Look at me using big words. Ooh.
You've got real talent. Like you.
Of course, it's a pair. Now those orb challenges are not that hard. Also, remember that manta ray. You'll see him again.
The water workers have kidnapped 6 of my children and have hidden them in the top of each of these numbered towers. I borrowed some explosives to blast open the tower doors.
Are they like mines? Waterproof explosives?
Make it to the top of the 6.
Flying through rings. Where have I seen this before? As you can imagine, these get progressively harder. And this is why I say the underwater ability is not as good as it used to be. Because the problem is, I kind of had a bit of an after-drift, and that's what ended up hitting the electrocuted rings. Ugh. Oh yeah, that's right. This one's easy. Just one crab. Okie dokie. Wait a minute. Whoop. Oh well, whatever. Oh yeah, occasionally, sometimes whenever you hit fodder, they may have an extra life with them. Ah, that's the one I was missing. I'm sorry for the electrical flashes. I didn't really realize that, so if you have any issues with that, please just look away or skip to a certain, or just wait for a certain point. And whenever this goes on YouTube, I'll leave in the description when to skip. At least I don't have to worry about their sharks anymore. So let's just take the sub for the heck of it. Just for the heck of it. Screw you too, but at least the level's done.
You did it! Now we can swim in peace. I heard that you're collecting orbs. Please, take this one.
I sound so posh, don't I? Oh, time to leave. And that's called karma. I always enjoy the intros and outros to the levels. It's like it gives them a little more life. Is there a level I'm missing or forgetting about? Not that I can think of. Yeah, in the original, it warps you straight to where Laura's waiting at that door. But, nah. Nah. I'm not going to take on the boss yet.
Nice work, Spyro. The orbs you're carrying have activated the special portal. You won't find a talisman in Ocean Speedway. But if you're fast, you'll get lots of treasure. Have fun.
So these are the flight levels. They changed the names to speedways, which is a little more appropriate, I've got to say, because that's what you're doing effectively. Fortunately, this one's pretty straightforward, so you don't need to veer off and do some multitasking. Now, in Spyro 3, they changed how these speedways worked. Instead of giving you extra time, like they did in this game and the last, you just get a certain amount of time to do everything. That's it. And then they give you gems for everything objective you do. I don't know how I feel about that. And don't even get me started on the fourth game of the series. The one that everyone refuses to acknowledge, and it's for a good reason. Oh yeah, I guess I should mention this. If you do run on Speedway starting in this game, you'll supercharge. Which is kind of neat, I gotta admit. Okay, and that's done. So, one thing they do now is, every time you go to a Speedway, there's now a new challenge. But what you gotta do first is, go ahead and torch these guys. Because you get an achievement for it.
I guess now you think you're pretty good. Well, let's see if you're as good as the current champion. All right, Spyro, meet the course champion. In order to win the race, you must fly through all the rings. But beware, if Hunter flies through a ring first, the ring will start to shrink.
She acts as if you're going to actually race Hunter. You're not. You're just literally following him and trying to get through the rings before they close on you. Because as she mentions, they start to shrink as he goes through them. Which is making me wonder if Hunter really does have it out for us. Because it's like, if it's that big of a deal, then why don't you just give us the orbs? Why make us go through all this headache? And Hunter's challenges in the speedways get more and more frustrating. Ooh, sorry about the lens flare there. And yeah, in case you couldn't guess, if you miss a ring, you fail the level.
Great job, Spyro. That was some excellent flying.
Alright. And that's all you need to do. Do it. So, everyone knows after you do the flight level, it's time to go fight the boss.
Well done, Spyro. Now that you have 6 talismans, this door will open.
Free falling.
Castle dungeon, Spyro. I thought that you might want to know how Ripto and his monsters arrived in Avalar. You see, last week in the winter tundra, the professor was working on some new super portal technology.
There, that's the last orb in place. Now let's see. All we need are some coordinates.
Yeah? How about 22475? That's my birthday.
So, April 22nd of 1975.
Get off me, you useless buffoons! Why can't either of you? Where
Appropriate response.
are we? No dragons? Wonderful. Crush, go back and pack my bags. We're moving in. Say hello to your new king.
Professor, shut it down! Hurry!
Oh my, I can't see the switch. I think I've broken my glasses.
Crush, go through the portal, you idiot!
Tell all your friends to take the orbs and scatter them throughout Avalar. Quickly!
Now! Go! Crush, get the orbs now! Now, you despicable little creature! I'll kill you!
This is bad news for Avalar. Hunter, why didn't you chase him?
Yeah. I, would have gone after him, but didn't he say something about not liking dragons?
Professor,
Coward.
did we catch a dragon to help us?
Yes, I think so. We'll need a world that has an alignment much better suited to intercepting one of these creatures. How about Glimmer?
So that literally just happened, like, not even a day before the events of the game. Okay, so there is a skill point here. Not taking damage while fighting Crush. When it comes to boss fights, sometimes in this game, that's a little easier said than done. Isn't Crush technically a dragon? Or is he more of a dinosaur? So yeah, pretty simple. Guy's kind of stupid, so he gets enraged and then bashes the floor of the crumbling roof. And he changes tactics. This time he tries to chase after you. And then he eventually tries to hit the ground, but then, you know, same thing happens. Does he just try to chase you forever, or does he eventually... Or do you have to go near him and he tries to bash you? Buried among rubble.
You may have been able to defeat that simpleton, but golf will be more than a match for you.
Bring it on, Shorty.
Golf, come here now! Destroy him, and make sure it's painful. What? Golf, get me out of here! So long, dragon.
What a wuss.
I hate how they cut out the one piece of dialogue where he goes, "What? The roof?" I'll try to defeat Gulp without taking damage, but that's a little easier said than done.
That Ripto has caused enough damage. All his meddling has cost me a fortune. If it wasn't for Spyro, I'd be bankrupt. Whoa. If Ripto were here, I'd give him a piece of my mind. In fact, I'd give him a lot more than that. I was a champion bantamweight boxer at university, and I still know a few moves. Take that, and that. No! Why you?
Couldn't happen to a nicer guy. That's the one time when I actually cheer on for Ripto.